Hi guys, so in this video I'm going to be testing the Xodus Mediums from McPherson's, and some of you may have seen the other Xodus test review video that I did, and I just wanted to say I did take that down. I wouldn't normally remove a bad review video, but we found out that the issues that I was having were because of the jars that they were sent in. You could see these are the new ones. They have white lids. These are the old jars. They had the black lids. And I found the product to be really sticky and stringy, and it didn't apply very well. And I actually talked to Brenda from McPherson's, and she hadn't had anyone else complain. No one else's product looked like this. But she really went above and beyond, had me, do some tests, inspect the product, do all this stuff. And she finally figured out that these original jars they bought were not compatible with the product. So the issues I had were because it had a negative reaction from the jars. And I have never ever had any store go above and beyond that way. I mean, to like completely change jars because of one complaint, like normally no one would even pay attention to one complaint, let alone do all of this work and completely change and replace everyone's product. Was really, really awesome. So I'm really excited to try these new ones. And I am going to show you the old ones also, just so we can see the difference. But I guess, really the moral of that story is if you have an issue with a product, definitely tell the manufacturer about it, because you never know if the product is just not very good, or if it's something like that, it's an actual issue that they need to fix. So I was just really impressed with the way that they went about that. And so I'm going to do basically the same exact test that we did last time. I have a back plate here that I'm going to use, and I just marked off the ones that I'm going to apply here: gloss, satin text, matte, and thick. For the thick medium, I did do some little hair strands that I'll go over those so we can see what the strands look like. So I guess I will start with the gloss medium. And these also come with a set of instructions, which is really nice. It's the same exact instructions as Genesis mediums, 265, 8 to 10 minutes. I always bake for 9 minutes. But it's a really nice detailed instruction letting you know, what they're good for, how to use them, all of that kind of stuff. And I forgot to open these up beforehand. So this is the gloss. Oh, this is nice. It is creamy. You could tell it's stringy, but it's not sticky stringy. It's just consistency stringy. So I'm just going to stir that up really well. I do want to go ahead and show what the other gloss that I had looks like. This one was not the worst of the sticky stringies at all. But this one is stickier and stringier. So I'm just going to use a cosmetic wedge and spread it on. And we'll go ahead and put it right here over the gloss, in the gloss box, I'll say. And this applies really, really easily. A little bit seems to go a long way. I don't need to reapply. It doesn't have much texture. You could probably see it has a tiny bit of texture, but I'm guessing that after you bake it, it'll be very, very smooth. And then I'm going to check out the satin text. This is nice and creamy. It is not sticky at all. And let me show you the other satin text that I got. You could tell this one was sticky. It is thick. It did not apply well. So this is, you know, what the product that I originally got looked like. And I did not like this at all. This looks really nice, and I'm actually pretty excited to see what kind of texture it leaves here. On the last one, I think the satin text didn't leave any visible texture after baking. I would have to go back and watch my original video, but the results weren't very good. But as you could see just from how different the product looks just in the jar, hopefully that was why. So I'm just gonna put this on the satin text area. Oh my god, this applies so much better. Last time I did it, I could not even get it to apply. I had to like spread it all over and then do it, and it was super clumpy and sticky. It was really hard to apply. And this texture looks pretty good. I don't know if you guys can actually see it very well, but it does have a nice texture on there. And now for the mat. The mat looks nice. It is not stringy. It's not sticky at all. It is a bit opaque. And I do just want to show, I have 2 jars of the old mat here. So this mat, this is what it pretty much looked like when I got it. It is really hard. It is very, very sticky, very, very stringy. So you could see the difference between this new one. It is completely different. It feels totally different. And I had 2 of these old ones, and this was the reason that I actually originally contacted them. So when I first got the product, it looked like this. After the product sat for a couple weeks and it was covered and everything, it turned into this hard ball that you definitely could not apply at all. And this is the interaction with this jar. That was the chemical reaction I was talking about that they were having the issue with. So we'll just get a new cosmetic wedge here. And the mat was another product that I had issues applying. It was hard to get on the cosmetic wedge, and it was really difficult to transfer to the vinyl. This one looks really nice. It's applying very well. I'm actually really excited about these now. You know, I had really high expectations for them, and I was so disappointed when I got my jars, just the way that they applied. It was really, really awful. This is so far completely meeting my expectations that I had originally. So you can see the matte has a nice texture. It's about exactly the same as the satin text there. And then I'm going to go ahead and use the thick medium. And these are a little bit opaque, but not bad at all. Not like some of the others. And you could see it goes on 100% clear. And this is nice. It feels creamy. It is pretty thick. And I'll just show you the other jar. Sorry about that. I'm not even gonna try a toothpick in this, but you can see the difference. And this is pretty much what it looked like when I first got it. It was really, really stringy, very, very sticky. You know, you can just see the difference. It is night and day. And this is the product that had the worst reaction with these jars. After opening it and leaving it for a couple weeks, this is what I got. It was really, really bad. And I love thick medium. I use thick medium a lot for texture, for hair strands, for milk blisters. I use it a lot. So I've been really, really wanting to find a great alternative to Genesis. And honestly, all of the products that I've tried so far were awful. I didn't get any good, you couldn't get the same effects at all, and it did not look the same. This looks very, very similar to original formula Genesis. So I'm pretty excited about this one. This is applying very nicely. This has an awesome texture. This is the best texture by far. The matte and satin are still about the same after they've been sitting for, I don't know, this has probably been sitting for 10 minutes, and I don't see that the texture's changed much, but I really like this thick medium texture so far is the best. And we're just gonna do some little hair strands here with it. I had some problems last time with it being sticky, and it did not dry. I mean, it didn't dry well, it didn't apply well. It just was not very good. I might actually take that video off of private so you guys could see the difference, but I don't want anyone to watch it and think that's what the product actually is like, so I'll have to think about that. But yeah, this applies very, very well. It would work really well for eyebrows and such. We're gonna see how it cures. You can see that I made some strands that stand up, so we're gonna see how those cure. So I'm gonna pop this into the oven for 9 minutes, and then I'm gonna check out the thinning medium. I'm really, really liking these, you guys. I am excited to see how they're gonna look cured, but so far, this is really impressive. I'm really liking these a lot. I'm so, so glad that I said something, because I would have been really bummed out to miss a really great product because there was something wrong with it. And like I said, I can't give McPherson's enough credit for taking one person's bad experience and looking into it and just changing everything. It's just great. I'm going to start supporting McPherson's a lot more than I have been just based on this experience. Alright, so you can see the thinning medium is completely clear. This is the old thinning medium. You can see it is sticky. I don't want to string this all over. I'm just going to hold these together. And this one, it has thickened up a lot in this jar because of the chemical reaction. When I first got it, it was not this bad at all. But it was a little bit stringy. But it has a very, you know, hair gel type consistency to it. And we'll just put some here in my palette. I'm actually going to mix a little bit more because I'm going to use this. I'm going to paint here in a few minutes. Sorry, I had a little something on my palette there. But I just have a little eyelid purple here. Okay, this is very, very nice. You can see it's transparent, but it is still vibrant. I love that it's clear, so it's not changing the color at all. It's exactly the color that it should be. I don't see any type of graininess or anything. It is completely smooth. It just feels very, very smooth. It feels exactly like Genesis thinner, just like thinner, or I'm sorry, not thinner, thinning medium should feel like. I just want to do a little test here with a couple drops of thinner, because a lot of the products that I've been trying have had issues when you mix thinner into them. They get super, super grainy all of a sudden. And I'm not having that issue with this at all. I do have one piece here that's not breaking up, but I think that was actually in there before. I noticed it when I was just mixing the thinner. Oh, it's just a piece of solid paint that I didn't mix up very well. But yeah, you can see that looks nice. I have a budget baby here. I'm just gonna do a bit on the lips here. That applies very nicely. Yeah, I like it. It applies nicely. I love that it's clear. It's not messing up the color at all. It's just making it translucent, not pastel. Most of the new products they're very opaque. They're white. So any color that you mix them with, it changes the actual color that you're mixing. It makes them pastel. And that has been my least favorite thing with all the new mediums, is that they change the color. Alright guys, so I'm just gonna pause you until that back plate comes out of the oven and cools. Alright guys, so I have the back plate out of the oven here, and I am really, really happy with the results. Okay, so this is the gloss. As I thought, it is completely smooth. But it is glossy, and it actually is a nice gloss. You know, I don't normally use gloss at all because it is so shiny. I don't like the look that a baby has like lip gloss on or clear nail polish on their nails. I think it looks really fake. But this is very nice satin gloss finish. The satin text is actually shinier than the gloss, but it did leave a nice texture. I'm hoping you guys can see that. The matte leaves a very nice soft matte. It is not an ultra matte finish, but I really like it. It looks, you know, I mix usually satin and matte varnish together with my Genesis, and this is pretty much the exact type of matte finish that I get with that. The thick medium is very, very glossy, but it has really amazing skin texture. I'm guessing mixing, you know, the thick and the matte, you'd get a really great texture. The matte has a little texture in some areas, and some it is smooth. It is rough feeling, like Genesis matte would be. The thick medium feels softer, but it has a really great finish. The 3D hair strands, after one bake, they're not sticky at all, which is an issue I had with the other jars I tested. You could see the strands held up well. And I actually pulled this out of the oven when it was paused, and I just added some of that paint with the thinning medium. It is smooth. Their thinning medium has a nice matte finish. It is not shiny at all. You can tell with, you know, I can't really squeeze this the same, but bending it and stuff, I'm not getting any sort of cracking or anything like that at all. The instructions on here do say you only need to bake them once, and Genesis says that too, but you know, all of us have always baked the Genesis varnishes 3 times, and I think I would probably do that just out of habit, but I have to be honest and say this doesn't look uncured in any way, even these thicker areas after only one bake. So I'm really surprised, actually. I'm really excited about these results. And, you know, this is a very honest review. I was really impressed with the way McPherson's went above and beyond, but if I didn't like the product, I would really say, you know, they were awesome. They did all this great hard work to get these right, but I just don't like them. But these are amazing. I have tried all of the other new heat set products, and this one, I will not only say that I feel like this is a great Genesis alternative, I really truly believe this is actually a Genesis equivalent, and I never ever thought I would say that. I really like these. I'm going to keep using them when I run out of Genesis. This is definitely what I'm going to use. They are working on a paint line, an Xodus paint line, so I'm really excited to try those as well. I just have to, you know, hats off to Shelly Marie and Brenda. You guys developed a really great product. I really, really love this stuff. I'm just really, really impressed. I think it's great. I wish I could share with you guys. Brenda also sent me another product that they are developing. It's not on the market yet. She told me I can't talk about it or post anything about it. But it is a really, really great product, and you guys are going to be really impressed. I'll post a video about it when it comes to market, when I get the okay to talk about it. But they have some really great things in the works. And yeah, I'm just really, really impressed. This is awesome. I seriously did not think I would find any of the new heat set products to be anything that I would want to use. And these are just amazing. So if you have not tried them yet, I definitely recommend, you know, going to McPherson's. They have a great little introductory set for very cheap, or you can get the individual jars bigger. I probably wouldn't use the gloss very often, but the matte and the thick I will be using a lot of. They're really, really awesome. The thinning medium is great too. It's the only thinning medium with the new heat set ones that are clear, so it's an awesome product. It seems, you know, it seems great. There's no cracking with that either. It's a nice finish, and it looks, you know, it looks exactly as it should. So I hope that that was helpful to you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.